Hello everyone and welcome back. I was just sitting here doing a whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff. My neck is actually worse than it was yesterday. Oh, it's bad. It is real bad. Does that make you Costello? Oh, I slept wrong on my neck. Oh, it feels like I've been beat up. It's okay. I'll live. Oh, we do have a lot of important stuff to go over today. I mean, like super important stuff. So we're going to mix that in. We're going to pepper that in with our gameplay today. Since you're here and you probably haven't been keeping up, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Let me show you. Gotta mute myself. Let me show you our Pokemons. All right, yesterday we made a team switch. We brought Herdier back, so we're working on Herdier. You have ads for Next Sports now, so thanks for that. We have Herdier, Palpito, Trubbish, Livani, Pignite, and Yamask. Yeah, I've always known that our cell phones listen to every word we say for, you know, they sell our data constantly, our browser data, our watch habits online. Every company lies about your privacy. That's why I always laugh when people are like, oh, I don't use this platform or that platform because I don't trust them. They all do it. Your preferred platform's not fucking special. Oh boy. But, I just recently learned that anything we say on stream on Twitch is being combed through by an AI algorithm. And because I see it happen in real time, it happens on YouTube as well. I'll be in the middle of watching somebody stream on Twitch or YouTube, and all they have to say is something, I don't know, they can say the word baby or diaper. And the next thing you know, chat's getting ads for baby bottles and formula and diapers and stuff like that. Anywho, none of that has anything to do with the game we're playing today. Oh, I have made a huge decision though. I am going to be redoing 4 games on my channel. I want to redo the entirety of Doom 2016, and I want to redo the Prime trilogy leading up to Prime 4. So I'm going to be streaming every single day from now on, whether I feel like it or not, because the amount of ground that I want to cover is staggering. We've already started like 8 different games. So Monday, Tyler and I are planning to return to Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to hop back on Mario and Luigi. I don't want to abandon any playthroughs I've started. I'm just, you know, in the habit of getting back to doing it daily. Okay. So, my goal is to eradicate everybody that's ever been on the channel, except for me and Tyler. Miles is still in a couple of episodes. He was in an episode or 2 of Doom 2016. And he was in a couple of episodes in Prime 2. And I've been thinking about it for a long time. And, you know, I think that I've made my decision final. From now on, the YouTube thing is just going to be me. I'm not going to call on you guys to help do Mario Party. I'm not going to call on you guys to help do Lethal Company or anything. From now on and forever, my YouTube is just going to be me and occasionally Tyler when he feels like playing something. Of course, Tyler and I have been kind of butting heads a lot in the past year as far as YouTube is concerned. So you might start seeing a hell of a lot less of Tyler too. I think that after we get done with Crystal Chronicles, I'm going to request he take a long hiatus from the show. And I think, again, it's just going to be me, primarily for the rest of 2025. I definitely know that, you know, he's wanting to do or Donkey Kong 64. We might do that. Might. He had mentioned wanting to do Banjo-Tooie, but after we talked about it a little further, I'm going to do Banjo-Tooie myself. I did Banjo-Kazooie on the channel a long time ago, but I'm going to do Tooie myself. And then, of course, down the road, we'll have to do ukulele as well. But, no, I have all these grand designs and all these plans in my head. And it's just a matter of getting the work done. I would have streamed a lot earlier today, but I had some other stream stuff to watch. I had to get caught up on some stuff. So that's why we're a little later today. But we're here. All right, I don't like the fact that her herdier did that much damage to mine. We're going to switch out to Pick Night. But anywho, I think that's my final decision. If anybody appears on the channel, it will be without voice. So, of course, there's always the invitation for you guys to play is always there. You know, you, Lewis, Kai, Pippi, everybody can play games with me if they want. But I think I'm going to refrain from like adding everybody's voice into the show from now on. Of course, we're all still, we can all still play games at any point together without it being YouTube related or streaming related. You know, we have the Discord at our disposal. Hell, I just bought Splatoon 3 so I could play with everybody. So that's my long-term plans for the rest of 2025. We're going to really be focusing on getting caught up where we need to be. But I don't want to do it in a rushy way. That was the whole point to redoing these classic Pokemon games to begin with, because for those of you who might be watching and you don't know this, I've actually played through all the original Pokemon games on my YouTube channel before. This is not our first run through of Pokemon Black, but this is our more focused, more sincere playthrough of Pokemon Black. So, but no, I made the final decision today. Again, it's another one of the reasons that I'm a little late coming on to stream. I was watching the folks over at Omega Metroid. They were doing a charity event. And he had mentioned that they needed new members for their team, and he asked me and like 3 or 4 other people if we'd be interested, and I said yes. And he said, you know, let me recover from 16 hours a day of streaming for 5 days in a row, and I'll get back to everybody. Well, he got back to me last night, and it was a wall of text, so I told him, let me read this over tonight and I'll get back to you. So I read through it real quick last night, then I sat down today and I read the whole thing, and they're kind of looking for editors as far as like the website is concerned, and they're looking for people to do articles and things like that, and that's not really a good fit for me. I'm more on the gameplay side of things. So that's what I told him, you know, I'd be more than happy to play games for the charity events or whatever they needed, but he said that he primarily reserves that for his like long-term legacy team members that have been around for a while. So it turns out that I really wasn't a good fit for it, which is fine. So I won't be helping out really in any official capacity over there. So I took that in conjunction with my continued like agitation of trying to get Mario Party off the ground as a playthrough, and just the long history of agitation of trying to get other people on the show. And I've made the final decision today as of this evening, just before going live. I was like, you know what? From now on, I'm just going to do this as a solo passion project. It's just a hobby anyway, you know. This is really just some dude with a camera who's sitting down to play a video game. It's really not any deeper than that. And I think that that's probably what this should remain. You buy me a PS5 and a copy of Monster Hunter Wilds, you'd play with me? Of course not. No. And I'm tired of pretending like I would. You like your PlayStation and I like my PC, and that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with either one of those things. We both have our preferred measure of playing games. Let's see. We'll go Palpitoad. But I just don't want a PlayStation 5. I don't do Sony. I was watching a video last night that put it really well. I was watching a streamer who was watching a video from YouTube, and it was the most brilliant take I've ever heard on the industry. They were explaining the downfall of Microsoft lately, and they said Sony has always been a hardware manufacturer. You know, on top of their gaming division, Sony has tons of other electronics. And that's not a new thing. Sony has been making electronics dating well back into the 20th century. And they're not going to stop anytime soon. The PlayStation always sells very well. The PlayStation is always a very well-made console. So yeah, the PlayStation consoles are always above board. Those aren't going away anytime soon. And like the guy in the video said, neither is Nintendo. A lot of people have tried over the years, like Sega and a few other companies, but you can't out Nintendo. Are they quirky and off in a corner doing their own thing? Absolutely. But they're not going to go bankrupt or hurt anytime soon. It's Nintendo. Microsoft, on the other hand, has always been a software developer more than a hardware developer. And nobody's buying an Xbox. Xbox has always been the weakest link out of all the consoles on the market, save for maybe during the Halo craze and the Xbox 360 craze. Then it kind of did dominate Sony a little bit for a while, but for the most part, Microsoft's gaming division is dead. They've bought up a few companies, but at this point, if you've noticed, their market strategy tends to be a little more on the side of like bringing their IP to as many consoles as they can and kind of sharing, which in and of itself is a business strategy. So it's why you see Skyrim on every platform instead of just an Xbox, you know. And that's good for them because we make fun of Windows a lot. Because despite Microsoft being a software company, they're not a very good software company. They kind of suck at their job. I've never been a huge Microsoft fan. Hell, if it weren't for Steam and Valve, like not having support really for Linux early on, I probably would have been off Windows ages ago. But that was the hot take from that video that they were watching, and I tend to agree with everything they said. That's pretty much how it really is. But as far as your friends are concerned, like, more people are playing now on PC than ever, and digging your heels in and like burying your head in the sand and just being a contrarian and saying, no, I'm PlayStation, ride or die, fuck you and your PC. You're just hurting your own self. And I'm speaking hypothetically, not just to you directly, but people who have that mindset of like, I'm Xbox, ride or die, or I'm never going to have a PC. You're cutting yourself out of a vast wealth of experience that's superior in every way. We can all make fun till the cows come home about the whole PC master race. It's fucking true. PC is the master preferred dominant way to play video games. And I'm sorry if that hurts console boys' little feelings, you know. It is what it is. But No, I wouldn't worry about trying to play games with me any further. Like, I kind of knew, but really wasn't accepting it a while back. You know, we've been through 2 Pokemon generations now, and it was a real pain in the dick to finish the living decks because it was like pulling teeth, constantly begging my friends, will you trade with me for this? Will you trade with me for that? I need to do this evolution and that evolution. And the constant begging that goes on with me of like my friends and just vying for their time, and the constant like not being able to put stuff together in the Discord. Like, I think that I was done as far back as 2023, to be honest, but now I'm like really fucking done. I'm done. I was talking to Tyler on the phone today, and he and I were kind of going over the idea of like a midlife crisis, you know, and we're all getting old. You know, me, I'm 40. I think Gray here is 41-ish. Tyler's 38 or 39, something like that. We're all middle-aged now. It's not like it was when we were in our 20s. We're not sitting around with bated breath like, ooh, a new game, ooh, 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 ooh. That still happens a little bit in our brains, but it's not the same as it once was. We're worn down, we're worn out by the world, and we just don't give a fuck. We're just happy when we're not miserable, which is not that often, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, so that's my official announcement for today, is that from now on I will pretty much just be flying by the seat of my own britches, and I'm gonna stop trying to reach out to other communities at this point, because I started as far back as 2017, and I would constantly follow people on Twitter, you know, and I would like their posts, comment on their posts, and the snubbery. Oh, the years of snubbery that I've endured on social media. I just don't want to put up with that anymore. You know what I mean? Now I'm on Blue Sky only. I'm off of Twitter and all meta platforms, and I really don't have to put up with it anymore. And I got to be honest with you, my happiness has gone up exponentially leaving all these social media platforms behind and just doing my own thing in a corner. Oh my God, I'm so much happier. Like, I'm getting back to me. As pretentious as that may sound, you know, I've stopped offering my help to people. I've stopped really contacting my friends as much, and I've really been digging in my heels in the past year with, you know, trying to find happiness again in my own life. And I think that this is the smart move going forward. Hey, what's up? So I don't want anybody to kind of mistake this as me bitching or whining or anything. No, not the case at all. I'm content. There's a lot happening right now. Yeah, there's a lot going on, but I'm doing good. I'm doing well, you know. He's in a mood today. I am not in a mood. I just told you people were going to take this the wrong way. I knew you guys would take this the wrong way. No, I have felt this way for a long time. I've been indecisive with it for a while, and I think I need to be responsible, and I need to stop being indecisive, and I need to do what's best for me at the end of the day. In a mood. I propose. We really need to get Herdier's level up. Fungus! Oh, I love Fungus. Fungus and Amoongus are two of my favorite. Of course, saying any of these designs are my favorite is kind of, I really love the designs for black and white. Now let's catch him. Or her. Of course, I will say this in my defense, and I won't go off into a lot of detail as to be respectful for other people. God damn it. My friends aren't exactly blameless in this entire conversation we're having today. You motherfuckers, you don't want to hang out, you don't want to chat, you don't want to DM. I get a ton of snark. Go figure, you know, how I'd end up where I am. Hey, there we go. It lures people in with its Pokeball pattern, then releases poison spores. Why it resembles a Pokeball is unknown. Bloodloon. Shit. You know what? We probably should go back to the Pokemon. Well, no, we have the items with us. There's no reason to run all the way back. Yeah, let me just heal. Blast. I'm going to assume Shelmet is white version. So that's going to be a pain in the urethra. There we go. Battle me. What can we do to make you happy? Nothing. You have done nothing wrong. And see, that's the danger inherent in like airing grievances, or like I'm really just getting all this off my chest. Again, you've done nothing wrong. I'm not mad. I'm not ragey. I'm just trying to talk today and tell you guys what's happening and where my mind is. But apparently I'm in a mood. Gosh, I don't know how to explain it any, you know, I don't know how to explain it any more than what I already did. Everything's fine. Mood. Fine, I'm in a mood. Oh. That's 3 nights in a row now that I've slept wrong on my neck. It still hurts like a bitch. Oh. I feel like that robot on Futurama. Remember the one that kept exploding all the time, and then when he finally got on his medication, he had the tiny little shoulder explosion, and that was it? You're welcome. You know, today I'm talking, I'm not yelling, I'm not raging out. I'm just trying to communicate to you guys where my brain's at. Son of a bitch. Hertier's having a rough time today. Oh, there's no reading between the lines, is that all? I don't... I kind of fucked myself over by saying anything in the first place because it opens a can of worms. But listen, out of all the people I know, you've never done a single solitary thing wrong. You've never once pissed me off. You've never once been a problem. I can't necessarily say the same thing for everybody else. And it's not a one-way street. I'm pretty sure that I am a huge annoyance. I'm pretty sure that I'm a pill. I'm pretty sure that it's a pain in the ass to put up with me. I'm self-aware. That's not lost on me. I get it. I'm a lot. It's one of the reasons all my other friends left and won't talk to me anymore. Oh. A neck. Which that's the past few weeks, like when they had to go out of town when my nephew was in the hospital and I was here at the house by myself for like a week and a half. It really opened my eyes, and it made me realize that if I thought I was alone before, I did not know alone yet. And I think I've come to the conclusion that I'll probably spend the rest of my life alone, like romantically, friends, family, whatever. And I think I'm accepting it slowly now. You know, I think I'm gonna be okay with that. But you know, because like every time that I try to be part of an online community, it just really doesn't work out. Like I said, I didn't have social media accounts before I started doing YouTube. I had a MySpace account back in the day. I would on again, off again have Facebook accounts, but I never was a big fan of social media. I always hated social media. But then when I started doing YouTube, I created my Twitter account and my Instagram account, and then I found that I really liked posting pictures to Instagram. It was really fun. I'd take a lot of pictures of animals and sunsets and plants and flowers and things. I didn't really take a ton of selfies. Like a lot of people do the whole fucking duck face, fatty angle selfies. I never really did use Instagram like that. I used it like a little choir boy. Like an innocence, you know. There was an innocence about the way that I used Instagram. And it burned me up when I had to get rid of Instagram a month or so ago. It wasn't an easy decision to make, but it was one that I knew would be for the best. And if I could go, like if I could log back in and show you guys the wall of DMs on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, all these platforms. Do you know how many Metroid people, Nintendo people, Pokemon people, Jurassic Park people that I've reached out to on social media over the years. Do you understand how many people have snubbed me, not returned DMs, told me to go fuck myself, called me slurs, told me I should die and kill myself? Like, it's been a staggering number of people. There have been plenty of times where I've gotten ugly emails or had to, go in and remove comments on my YouTube channel that tell me to kill myself and I'm going to burn in hell forever. Aside from all of that, because I'm used to that, I expect that from the internet. I think the snubbery was what hurt the most. Like, I see all these people on social media hobnobbing with one another. They're posting each other's posts. Everybody's like getting together as a community. I'm over here by my fucking self. I can't get any reposts. I can't get anybody to pay attention to me. It's soul crushing at the end of the day. And you guys have been around to see it for yourselves. You've been there in the Discord. Does anybody want to play this? Does anybody want to play that? No. No responses. Snubbed, ghosted, and it's always some bullshit excuse too, it's like, and too, I was telling Tyler about this. I'm like, okay, well, I don't work a 9-to-5 job like all my friends do. So I have to keep that in mind when I'm trying to plan some sort of multiplayer event. I also have to keep in mind that everybody's on different continents and different time zones. So I make an allowance for all of that, and I tell myself, well, Eric, don't bother people too much. They're working hard. They're tired. Just let them know you want to do something and they'll get back to you on their own time. The problem is they never get back to me. Ever. And I'm at a point where I want to cry, but I can't cry anymore. Like I'm all cried out. Can't do it anymore. I got to protect my mentals, my own mentals going forward. So, as of today, I won't be doing any guest spots on the channel ever anymore. And I'm going to redo the few playthroughs that have people in them. I'll just have to comb through and find out how many of my Let's Plays have other people in them and then weed it out. Who showed me a deerling? Oh, I don't have a deerling with me. So this is a neat feature. If we can get off of me for 2 seconds and get back to the actual game we're playing. So Black and White was the first Pokemon game to incorporate seasons and the last game to incorporate seasons. And you had the climate center here that was nice. So the changing of each season, you would see deerling change color. I think we caught a deerling earlier on in the game. I may be wrong. Let's see. Who are those idiots? Just trolls. People on like right-leaning people, Trumpers, those people. It's garbage. But, you know, when you're a public figure, when you do stuff on the internet like I do, it comes with the territory. You're going to get those people. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You have to put up with those people. It just comes with the territory of being on the internet in this capacity, you know. I could give a hot take on something and have 18 people come at me with razor blades and lemon juice, and I could just be sitting here all innocently happy and playing a kiddie cutesy game like Animal Crossing, and I'm still going to get the same level of hate and vitriol. So even at the end of the day with my mouth, it's not always necessarily my fault either. You're just going to have monsters. It's just part of it. I can't anymore with this. I gotta go back to the Pokemon Center and heal. Let's see. But yes, in summation, the whole point of everything I've said for the last 30 some odd minutes is that I guess you can say I'm in a mood, but I've been feeling this way since 2023, and this stuff's been happening for a long time. And like I said, it's gotten to the point where Tyler's burnt out. He just really doesn't want to do the Let's Play stuff anymore. So I think we're going to finish up Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, and then I'm going to have him take a long extended break. And I think that I'm just going to focus on doing this by myself for a while. And again, this is no shade to the guys over at Omega Metroid at all. I was feeling this way long before them. Again, that's a fantastic team. If you guys are unfamiliar, Omega Metroid is a website and a podcast, and it's a group of Metroid fans from across the internet. Think Zelda Dungeon. You know, you got your walkthroughs, your wikis, all that kind of stuff. It's a terrific website and a terrific source. But they did a 5-day charity event recently where they were raising money for the Trevor Project. That caught me off guard because I didn't realize that they were, you know, good people. Because again, in my experience, when it comes to following people on social media who are into the same stuff I'm into, whether it be Jurassic or Metroid or Pokemon or whatever, I'm used to everybody being problematic. You know how it is. Every day a new YouTuber is in the news because they did something inappropriate with children, or they scammed somebody out of money, or they flat out murdered somebody. YouTubers do not have a good reputation, like at all. Streamers don't have that good of a reputation either, but YouTubers are notorious for being garbage. And I've reached out to so many people, and so many people that I looked up to and thought highly of turned out to be monsters. And after a while, that starts to weigh on you, you know, it starts to emotionally take its toll when every single person that you thought was a good person turns out to be some sort of monster. I'm so tired. But that's my experience with social media so far and doing all of this YouTube stuff, you know. So when I saw that they were doing a charity for the Trevor Project, I was tickled pink. I was elated. I was like, oh my God, a community of people who aren't completely trash. And it was a fantastic event. I think it was 5 days. They played through all the Metroid games. They have tons. They even brought people over from the Shine Sparker team. It was a huge collaborative effort. And like I said, he asked a handful of us if we wanted to join their team. Not necessarily like in an official, you get paid to be here capacity, but more like a volunteer. You're also a content creator on the internet capacity. And after reading over everything that they needed, there wasn't a lot that I would really be able to do with help, because they're looking for people, again, to write articles, do stuff on the website. I'm more on the gameplay content creation side of things, and he's not looking for that. So that didn't really pan out for me. But and again, it was the non-negative kind of find a nail in the coffin for me. Because I'd already been thinking about this for a while. We have a ton of games to play. Like I said, we just started Mario and Luigi. We just started Minecraft. We got enough games to play. Like, my Steam library is so full. Switch 2 is coming. We got enough to keep us fat and giggly for a long time. It's just, I'm lonesome, you know. I see other streamers playing Phasmophobia or Mario Party or whatever the fuck people play, and I'm like, why can't I have that? You know what I mean? Like, why can't I have friends that are into the same stuff I'm into, and vice versa? You know what I mean? It's, so I think I've been really depressed about that for a long time, you know. And I kept trying to make it work. but I think in the end, it's just not going to work out. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, you know. And two, I really need to stop, you know, coming on stream and like being a Debbie Downer. I need to be happy. I need to be on. I need to be genuine. I need to be, you know, I can't come on here all depressed and then put on a happy face. That's tantamount to lying. So I just want to get back to my happy place. I want the streams to be happy again. And I think in order for us to get there, I need to stop trying to reach for the stars and trying to obtain the unobtainable. I think I just need to focus on the games. Like the time when Martha Stewart got in trouble for insider trading. They came to arrest her and she's like, I just want to focus on my cooking. She said it like 20 times. I just want to focus on my cooking. That's how I feel. I just want to focus on my games. I just want to focus on my games. So that catches you all up to speed, and it only took 43 minutes of rambling to get us there. Tranquil. And again, I would advise everybody not to don't take it as super sad. You know, I'll be okay. Don't be sad for me. Don't cry for me. Don't be mad at me either. I hope. This is just me trying to take responsibility for myself and accountability for myself. I want to take care of myself for a while, you know? So, no shit. Oh, Dino. Doo-doo, doo-doo. I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't say anything about it. You know, just, again, this conversation wasn't really aimed at you. It wasn't really aimed at anybody in particular, if I'm being honest. I just really needed to get this off my chest. And I feel so much better now that I have. You know, I'm letting you guys know what we're going to be doing for the rest of the year. It's gonna be fine. Everything's going to buff out. It's going to work out. Knock on wood. We'll put the sad times behind us and we'll focus on happier days. Son of a bitch. Besides, consider this. There are a lot of perks for being a lone wolf and not having a pack. I'm not beholden to anybody or their bullshit. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Because that was something I was thinking about too. Ever since I've been doing this on the internet, I cuss like a goddamn sailor. I have South Park mentality and South Park humor. That doesn't really fit well with Nintendo creators who try to remain wholesome. You know what I mean? So, did we do a hydrate earlier that I forgot about? Oh, we did do a hydrate that I skipped. This is water. It's not tea today, it's water. Ordinary water. With just a few trace amounts of LSD. That's a Futurama reference. I don't do drugs. You know what we could do that would be really smart. If we want to grind out Herdier, We could grind some of the Aldino in the area. Another hydrate? Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Oh. Oh, I can't wait till we get our fishing rod. This Pokemon game was also a little different in the sense that, like, you couldn't just fish randomly anywhere you wanted like previous games. They insisted you do this fishing at these spots for some reason. I'm not sure from a mechanics or like a game mechanic standpoint why that decision was made. Not sure. We did not catch Deerling. Okay, cool. Here's our opportunity. Crouch. It's really good that we're in the spring setting at the moment. Or no, we're in summer, aren't we? I was gonna say, damn, if we're in spring, we'll get to experience every season, but... You little pecker. We need to catch you. Son of a bitch! No! The critical hits. Next week is the Pokemon Presents, and I'm expecting good stuff. Rumor has it online that they're really gonna kind of gish gallop their whole way through the Presents. They're just gonna talk about the mobile games that nobody gives a shit about, and all of the juicy stuff's gonna be saved for like the last 30 seconds. If that is true, that tells me that there's gonna be a game trailer at the end that announces something new. It's a little too soon for Gen 10, but I wouldn't put it past them at this point to kind of teaser Gen 10 for us, and then it'll come out like a year or so later. I wouldn't if I were them. I would stick to my word and start staggering releases, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do what they said they were going to do. Companies are bad about lying. I think the smartest thing they could do is release all the retro games on the Switch Online service, because that service is already a complete catastrophe and a joke. It could use some help. Oh, goddamn, that hurts so bad. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt like a son of a bitch. Oh, it feels like somebody's stabbing me. But I am optimistic despite being a negative Nancy. Whatever we see, I'm sure it'll be fun. I guess I wouldn't necessarily mind Gen 10 soon, as long as it looks good. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet looked so terrible. God, those games were awful. The color and scent of their fur changes to match the mountain grass. When they sense hostility, they hide in the grass. Now we can show a deer to the climate change people. Or not climate change, climate scientists. God damn. Come on, dearling. Let's go show the fine folks at the weather center here. Now, going back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the stream before I decided to tell you my future plans and get super personal, I was talking about the streamer who watched the video from YouTube. I was on Twitch watching a streamer They were watching a video from YouTube and they were talking about the game industry and how, you know, and then, you know, Gray mentioned PlayStation and I went off on a tangent about it. I'm not buying Monster Hunter Wilds at first. Even if the developers emailed me a free code for it, I still wouldn't be playing it anytime soon. That's going to be a later in the year game if I don't just straight up wait till next year. I really need to sort out Monster Hunter on my channel. Monster Hunter playthroughs on my channel are a little broken at the moment. They're all over the place. I really need to I gotta work on that. Do a bingo? Yeah, we should do a bingo, shouldn't we? Which that brings me to something else too. I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed a lot of times in the Discord I will delete channels and bring them back and delete them and bring them back. A lot of that is because I get a little mad, yeah, and I'm like, well, fine, if you're not going to use them, you don't deserve them, and I'll take them away like I'm some sort of dictator. But at the same time, I'm also just trying to keep the server tidy. I don't want 1,000 rooms in there nobody's going to use, so I really want there to be a gaming section in the Discord. It's just people don't use Discord every day, so it's like, why bother? But we might be able to do bingo for that. I don't know. I definitely think Monster Hunter Wilds will be the best Monster Hunter they've ever made. The quality of life improvements that are in each new Monster Hunter blow me away. The series just keeps getting better and better, in my opinion. But we won't be able to play it right away. I'm just not ready I'm not ready for the industry standard to be $70 yet. I'm just not ready. Oogas. This is a long route, by the way. Pretty sure you guys have noticed. It's been over 50 minutes of us being in this one area. One second. Oh. Oh God, it hurts. So, unless something changes, I would really like to get back on Mario and Luigi tomorrow. And I think I might work on some Monster Hunter this upcoming week. Well, we're into Gen 5, and we still haven't seen any shiny Pokemon outside of the red Gyarados from the Lake of Rage. We've seen a few shiny Pokemon in our modern playthroughs, but none for the retro so far, which is a little sad. You figure out of the thousands of hours of gameplay so far that I have on my channel, we would have encountered shiny Pokemon in these old retro playthroughs. Especially given that I've done each one of these games twice now. And for those of you who are interested, we're doing a Nuzlocke challenge for Pokemon White on the Patreon side at the moment. So I'd highly recommend joining the Patreon. every single cent that we raise on Patreon from January up until June is going to charity. So there's that too. So you won't be giving me any money. You'll be giving it to charity. And I might keep the charity thing going indefinitely. Honestly, I don't need Patreon money. Like, I don't really need it. Originally, I signed up. I signed up for Patreon and made a Patreon for us because I thought, well, it's a few dollars a month. It'll help us buy new controllers or buy equipment when we need it. But like, my channel's too small. We don't make enough. So it's best just to keep buying the equipment out of my own pocket. So I also like being able to give to charity that way. So keep that in mind too. I would much rather help other people. Why won't you faint? Oh, endure. Okay. Yep, that'll do it. There we go. Okay. Because he's better. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Oh. Is anybody here good at rearranging parts of the human spine? Although it feels more like it's... Honestly, it feels more like it's in between my spine and my shoulder blade. It doesn't just feel like one body part. Stretch and posture check. Yeah. All right. Posture check. I'm going to sit up right for a minute. Pre-death or post-death? I don't care either or. Not to get too deep on anything or bring it back down, but I kind of gave up on whether I live or die a long time ago, if I'm being completely honest. Probably shouldn't have said that. That's probably crossing a line. Mincino. Crouch. Not sing. Wake up, Herdier. I will say that I say a lot of stupid shit on this show that I probably shouldn't say. I think my filter broke a long time ago. You get those damn hot. Yeah, I gotta start watching what I say. I gotta be more careful. I think about that a lot. I've been obsessing over it since the other day. Because my whole thought was like, oh, these are a wholesome group of people over here in a Mega Metroid, and I'm kind of trash. Do I want to bring them down by associating myself with them? And I got in my own head about that for a while. I've said some really fucked up shit on the show over the years. Stuff that were like, if I were a bigger YouTuber, I'd have been canceled ages ago. YouTube probably would have deleted my channel at this point. I've said some pretty horrendous stuff over the years on the show, and it does bother me a little bit. I do have somewhat of a conscience. It's just, I just didn't care. Like I've always been so fucking hardcore depressed that I just don't care. I will care when I get my channel taken down, but in the moment I'm just like, I'm depressed and ragey and don't care. But I need to start being more careful about what I say. Not double team. Get him, Trubbish. Yeah. There's been a lot of times I'm supposed to have gone to like inpatient therapy and stuff like that, and I just don't go because I don't have insurance. I'm supposed to have been hospitalized a few times, but I didn't go because I don't have insurance. So we just kind of gambled, you know. It was a 50-50. Will I be okay? Will I not be okay? I'm still here, so I guess it worked out. Oh, that long pause made me think that somebody was gonna evolve. Well, they didn't. Parasol lady. I don't care what anybody says. I like Vanillite. People can whine about these Pokemon designs all they want. I like them. Again, I don't think I've ever seen a bad Pokemon design. I was trying to think the other day. Are there any I don't like? Hatena, maybe? The Hatena line is probably the closest I get to not liking an evolutionary line. $27, $29, $30, $27, $27. Okay, so everybody, Herdier is now officially caught up. So that's a victory for today, if nothing else. We got Herdier caught up to everybody else. Wait, what is... Oh, yeah, Frillish is Water Ghost. Oh, I always forget about that. Pokemon you don't see that often always screw me over. I always forget their typing. Give me 1 second. There we go. That looks better. We'll bring chat all the way down to the bottom of the screen. It looks better. Oh. But after today, like I said, I'm gonna try and make my streams happy again. We're going back to our happy place. We're gonna focus on the games. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna chat. Everything's gonna be peaches and cream. God damn it. Wait, is this a wild? This is a wild Pokemon. I don't have to fight you. Yeah, get out of here. Go on, get. Go on, get. Ah, shit. Those repels really don't last long, do they? Dun, 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 dun. All right, Pig Night, buddy. Make Eric happy again. I'm okay. Ish. Honestly, I just need to start tempering my expectations, and that's on me. You know, I gotta remember reality and how reality works. I need to remember who I am, where I live, you know. I need to remember my lot in life. And I think that's a large part of my problem is I just forget all of that. And it's, you know, it might sound corny, but here's the thing. You have to find that inner peace. You have to find that inner happiness. Happiness has to come from within. I know that sounds dumb and cliche, but it's true. Relying on games and people and scenarios or money or status or any of that other stuff to make you happy or keep your happiness up is a huge mistake. And it's a mistake that I make too often. I need to find my own center, my own inner peace. You know, I need to just be happy for the sake of being happy and stop letting circumstances get in the way of that. Now, obviously, I still have like a chemical problem in my brain that causes depression at a base level. There's nothing I can do about that. I take medication and that still doesn't help out completely. That's always going to be a thing until the day I die. I can't do anything about that. What I can do, though, is stop expecting happiness to come from external sources. Shiny stone. Well, hell, I'm in the middle of like a news hiatus at the moment. Like when we lost the election back in November, I kind of knew that we were going to have to ignore a lot of stuff. So I made a deal with Tyler. I was like, here's the deal. You know my tendency to spiral. You know my tendency to be scared and panic. I'm going to curate all my news on social media. I'm only on Blue Sky now. I never look at CNN. I don't have Twitter. I don't have Facebook. I don't have any of that shit. So I went on Blue Sky and I made a huge list of muted words. So I don't see any politics. I don't see any world news. I don't see anything about wars. I don't see anything at all. My news that I get every day is extremely curated. It's narrowed down to just video game news and a little bit of movie news. I follow discussing film on Blue Sky, and they'll post like a new movie is coming out or ratings to movies or stuff like that. But for the most part, right now, given the state of the world, I can't do another 4 years of that, man. So I told Tyler, if anything happens that I really need to know about, you can tell me, you know, call me on the phone, tell me in Discord, whatever you need to do. But for the sake of my own mental health, I cannot look at the news right now. I can't do it. And I'm not going to put myself through that. So that's where my head's at right now. is I'm looking inwardly and I'm trying to focus on my own happiness. You know, I'm trying not to let my happiness be based off of other people or physical objects like video game releases and stuff like that. I'm just trying to be happy in a vacuum, which is what spawned this entire conversation today on the stream. It's like, you know, I've made the mistake of trying to bet my happiness on my friends and like interacting with them and can we play this, can we play that, or ooh, this game from the series that I like is coming out soon, if I can just make it to this next game release, I'll be okay. And I've lived that way since I was a little kid, and it's not healthy and it's severely fucked up, and I think all my friends do it too. I really think my friends do that shit too. I think all of us are socially awkward. I think we're all either full-on autistic or at least on the spectrum. I think that we don't understand social cues a lot. I think a lot of that is a deeper conversation to have one day. But at the end of the day, we've always chased media our entire lives. We were the nerds, the losers, the unpopular kids. It's always been that way for me and my friends. We've lived our entire lives indoors playing video games. And even at midlife, at 40 years old, we are still chasing one game release to another, one console to another. It's extremely unhealthy. So, knowing all of that, I've been working since 2023 to change that in my life. It's just been a shit show and a real hard thing to do. It's not easy. It's not easy to change decades, a pattern of behavior over decades. It's hard as balls, but I'm trying. I'm really trying. But I am going to have my moments of depression where I'm sad that I don't have friends in a social circle. And that's what I'm experiencing at the moment, you know. I'm a little let down that I wasn't a good fit for what the guys over at Omega Metroid needed. You know, I was really looking forward to working with them and maybe helping them do some Let's Play stuff, but that's just not what they're looking for right now. And it's a little depressing, but again, if my happiness is not relying on external factors, then I should be fine, but it's not. So I'm fucked up. So I got to work on that. But, all right, our next goal in the game, by the way, is we need to head up to the cave here. But before we head to the cave, I want to explore a little bit on the side. But yeah, I should be okay. You know, this, you know, and I tell people this is a lifelong struggle. Mental health for some people is practically non-existent. Some people might have a bad day and think nothing of it. Some people are strong. Some people can take an ass kicking and just keep going. And some of us are a little on the fragile side. Some of us have mental problems. Some of us spiral. Some of us have trouble with things. And that's perfectly fine. Until bullying starts, and then we have a problem. But, you know, people are gonna people. Yeah, we got time. We'll go a little long today. We'll go ahead and trigger this. I feel like I kind of robbed you guys of Pokemon today. So this was a conversation heavy episode today. So we'll go a little longer and delve into some game stuff. Of course, to be fair, that's what this show is. You know, these Let's Plays are 50% game, 50% the persona of the person playing the game. So my personal life, my ups and downs, my struggles, that's all part of the show. You're here for me as well as the game. And if anybody is under the misapprehension that they were here strictly for the game, I'm sorry. Maybe find another channel, and I don't mean that in a rude way, you know. But there are literally millions of YouTube channels that have non-commentary gameplay. If that's your thing, I do this to put my personality out there and hang out with chat. So, of course, I do understand. You don't want every single episode we do. You don't want every single stream we do to be heavy. People don't. Some people just want to, like, maybe a let's play as an escape. Maybe you come home from work, your head is spinning. You don't want to get heavy. You just want to sit back and watch somebody play a game and be stupid goofy. So I try not to get heavy in every episode, but every now and then one of these heavy episodes is bound to happen, and you just got to roll with the punches. That's why I said we'll be back tomorrow with Goofy Silly. Uh-oh. We brought the one you wanted. The Shadow Triad. Charged Stone Cave. You like this place? I like this place too. Baron is pursuing the ideal of strength. Poor Bianca has faced the sad truth that not everyone can become stronger. And you are not swayed either way. More of a neutral presence. Hey, I try my best to be neutral. Which is apparently a good thing. Yeah, it can be. Can be. Not necessarily always is. Sometimes you can't be lukewarm. Sometimes you need to man up and pick a side. I do love Charged Stone Cave. Look how cool this place is. I want to live in here. I would totally live here. Professor Juniper! Father asked her to research Clink, which is a Pokemon that looks like a gear. She's researching the origins of Pokemon and the era they appeared. That's right. Did you guys know that not all Pokemon just always existed? New Pokemon are discovered from time to time. Ooh. You really hate caves? I don't like tight caves, tight spaces. I'm not necessarily claustrophobic, but I don't think anybody likes the idea of getting stuck in a cave. But I think caves are cool. You probably hate caves the same way I hate underwater. I can't even lift my damn head. Shit. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see if we can catch a Joltik. Joltik's one of my favorites. No. Clink. That was a cool animation. Now let's see if we can catch it. The two mini gears that mesh together are predetermined. Each will rebound from others' mini gears without meshing. What? What did I just read? Hold on. The two mini gears that mesh together are predetermined. Each will rebound from one another. Each will rebound from other mini gears without meshing. Oh, okay, I understand it. You get lost easily. Yeah, cave's a hell of a place to get lost. You don't want to... Don't get lost in a cave. Of course, anytime you get lost out in nature, remember the #1 rule of survival. Stay put. Dynamo. Stay put. Remain visible, loud, flashy, whatever you gotta do. Unless you're in bear country, then you're just inviting your own demise. I love bears, but I'll never understand why they're so aggro. I mean, beyond the obvious of like, I'm starving because we just finished hibernation, or human expansion into nature. That stuff I get. But in a vacuum, I don't get it. Dynamo. While one alone doesn't have much power, a chain of mini dynamo can be as powerful as lightning. Well, lightning kills, so I'll be sure to avoid that. You have zero survival instinct. Yeah, I don't really have survival instinct either. I just know that from the internet, that you're supposed to stay put if you get lost in nature. I'd probably die too. 2 hours without the internet and I'd lose my mind. 2 hours without eating and I'd lose my mind. I'm a fatty. I gotta have food. Yeah, I don't do well in nature either. I didn't spend a lot of time outdoors as a kid. And I really didn't wander off too far as a kid. So I don't know what I'm doing in nature. Boulder! Shiny Boulder is my favorite. It's blue instead of orange. It looks so cool. When it overflows with power, the orange crystals on its body glows. It looks for underground water in caves. Your favorite shiny is Garchomp? How can you tell? I don't know what my absolute favorite shiny is. I just meant that, like, I really like the shiny for Boulder. You've been grinding in Marvel Rivals. Oh, you're fine. Everybody seems to be really into that game at the moment. It must be fun. I'm kind of off mobile apps right now. Not that I would play Marvel to begin with, but you know, I've kind of been over apps lately. Did you get an ad when you joined and then turn around and got a second ad immediately? God damn, Twitch. Chill the fuck out. That's not my doings either. Jesus. I think Twitch is hard up for money. They made that announcement a few days ago about how they're going to start deleting people's VODs and old stuff because they're running out of storage space. That sounds like a you problem. I fail to see how that's my problem. The Twitch goes belly up. It's not going to hurt us whatsoever. We'll just stream on YouTube. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. I don't know what device you usually watch my streams on, but I would highly recommend an ad blocker for Twitch. They do exist. People say they don't, but they do, because I have one. Actually, I take that back. Hang on, no. The only two streamers I watch on Twitch, I watch their VODs. I don't watch them live, so I probably would still get ads if I did. So never mind what I said. Wow. All right, my new mission is to find Joltik. I wants my Galvantula. This cave is so pretty, though. Been on the mobile app. I tell you what's useless on the mobile app is the YouTube app on mobile. I can't use ad blockers for the YouTube mobile app, so I just don't bother. If I can't watch on desktop, I just don't watch YouTube. I'm not paying for premium either. I think it's a scam. Shit! Prettier no. Well, damn. Wait, who am I gonna make room on my team? Yeah, because if I want to bring in Joltik, that means making room on the team, but I don't know who are we gonna cut loose. I like everybody that we have. I don't know. Nah, this was a bad choice. We haven't had a crit catch in a while. I really love the hard whistle noise of a crit catch. It's ear piercing, but I like it. It's satisfying. Well, you're right. I don't think it's a scam. I'm cheap and I ain't paying for it. So I take back what I said. Oh. Neck. When threatened, it attacks by shooting a barrage of spikes, which gives it a chance to escape by rolling away. No, it's yeah, I guess it's not a scam. It's just, from my point of view, like I have 90s PTSD and 80s PTSD. When I was a kid, everything was for sale. to the air you breathe, to the drinks you drank, the food you ate, the clothes on your back, the furniture, your house, your car, literally the ground your house was put on. And they were really bad about marketing every fucking bit of our entertainment too. So we grew up with, I mean, it still happens today, but it doesn't happen today to the extent that it happened back then. They were really devious with it in the 80s and 90s. Those commercials, those jingles that we would hear every day, every morning before school, every evening after school, every weekend when you get up and you watch your cartoons, it was just toy commercial after toy commercial after toy commercial after toy commercial, then cereal commercial and junk food commercial. And that shit was... It took a psychological toll on an entire generation. So as adults, we're cheap as shit. We don't want to pay for anything that's not absolutely essential. I know I don't. So while I guess, yeah, YouTube Premium's not a scam per se, I don't need it. It's one of those things like I can live fine without it, so I'm not going to pay for it. And I have noticed there are a handful of millennials that will actually they spend money to spite that. They spend money like it's going out of style, like they print it in their basement. And I've never fucking understood that. It's why I'm against DLC. I'm against monetization in video games. I'm against microtransactions. I've always been super heavily against that stuff. But nowadays it's considered the norm. Everybody just fucking throws money around, like just printed in their basement. And I'm so confused by that. But yeah, you know. Well, see, that's the whole thing. When I was a kid, there was no DLC. They just gave you the whole damn game up front. DLC is when they purposely leave stuff out of the game during development and sell you another part of the game later. DLC is a scam. You want to talk about scams? DLC is a scam. Suckers buy DLC, and I bought DLC too. I get it. But you're being scammed. And see, I get that too. I get that money is like how we function as a society. We don't barter anymore. We use money. I get that. But like the aggression, the consumerism is it's gotten a little out of hand, and marketing has gotten out of hand, and Joltik! Yes! So usually if you hear me bitching about something like that, it's not necessarily that I'm bitching about capitalism in a vacuum. I'm more bitching about late stage capitalism, which is what we're experiencing at the moment. It's when society collapses under itself due to capitalism's unchecked greed. So that's what we're experiencing. So yeah, like I avoid ads like the plague because I grew up being bombarded all day and all night with ads, and I don't want that anymore for my life, so I avoid it. Will we be able to catch your whole thing? Quick catch! Yatta! Yatta! Joltik that live in cities have learned a technique for sucking electricity from the outlets in houses. Well, we're definitely adding Joltik to the team immediately. Now take games as a service, for example. Not a fan. Not a fan. I want to outright buy a video game. I'm the same way with other media too. I want to be able to outright buy my movie, my music, my TV show. I don't want to subscribe to a streaming service where they're just going to take away my ability to watch it later. Not a fan. Not a fan. Games as a service is basically what we have now with PlayStation Plus, Nintendo Switch Online, Xbox Game Pass, and then stuff like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. You pay a monthly fee and you have access to their servers where you play whatever game you want for free. You watch whatever show or movie you want without paying a one-time fee. It's a service that you pay for on a monthly basis. So as opposed to like going to Walmart and paying $50 and bringing home a cartridge or a disc, you have that cartridge, you have that disc forever, in eternity. No, instead it's a service being provided, and these companies will put in their terms of service that they're allowed to take those games away at any time. You don't own anything. You're renting. You're not paying for the game. You're paying for this overall service. Does that make sense? Like, it's very not great. And I'm not I'm not against digital games. I think the majority, as a matter of fact, almost all my games these days are digital. I only own a few cartridges, and I don't think I own any discs anymore. Almost every single thing on my Switch is digital. Everything on PC for me is digital. So I'm not above digital games, but I do not like games as a service. Okay, so we're gonna add Joltik to the team, which means we have to say goodbye to someone else. All right, gang. Who's it gonna be? Trubbish is a no. Not getting rid of Trubbish. Kind of don't want to get rid of my starter either, so we'll keep Pig Knight, we'll keep Trubbish. I really like Yamask and Kofgrigus. I really want to keep Kofgrigus on my team. So I'm open to Herdier, Palpitoad, and Leavanny. Now the thing is, Leavanny's been with us for a long time. Palpitoad and Herdier can still evolve. Palpitoad would give us water, and Leavanny gives us grass / bug. Herdier's just a normal type. Normal type Pokemon are probably the weakest out of the whole thing. On the other hand, Joltik is a bug and Leavanny is also a bug. We don't really need two bugs on the team, and Joltik is not up for debate. So, I'm leaning more towards let's swap out Leavanny. As much as I don't want to do that, it's looking like that might be the smart move. Because again, you don't want two bugs on your team. Let me hear from you guys. Tell me what you think. As I just sit here and kind of take a break. Today's been heavy. Today has been a very talkative episode. We went places in this conversation today that we haven't been a long time. This is going to be a doozy to name. we put this video on YouTube. It's going to be a doozy to come up with an episode name. I guess we'll switch out Leavanny. I knew this was going to be an inevitability. You know, I knew that we would come across having to switch out teammates at some point. A lot of Pokemon playthroughs and a lot of past Pokemon games, you would be very fortunate like just to pick your favorites and kind of go with it without needing to swap out. But when the majority of Pokemon in one game are your favorites, you end up swapping out a lot. See, I'm the opposite. I don't name my streams, but I name the episode names. You were thinking the same thing? Release Palpitoad? Should we not use I know you don't like Palpitoad because of the bumps. I know you don't like these bumpiness, but I'll give you a few more moments to really think about it before we make a hard decision. In the meantime, I'm going to use some TMs for also, if you see me like doing this a lot today, I can barely lift my head. I slept wrong on my neck like 3 nights in a row. It fucking hurts really bad. I can't turn my neck or move. I told everybody earlier, so they knew, but since you're just coming in, if you're wondering why I'm just stuck looking down like a goblin. Ooh. Damn. Okay. Let's teach the most devious move in all of Pokemon, if you want my honest opinion. Strugglebug only has a power of 30? Well, damn. That's kind of trash. We really need TMs. Electro Web is 55.95. Volt Switch is 70. All right. Can anybody learn Bulldoze yet? I know we don't have Earthquake, but yeah, if we're going to put Palpitoad in the PC box, it needs to be more than just I don't like the way it looks. It needs to be for strategy purposes. 55, 60. Okay, we'll get rid of Mudshot. But I'm open to it. You just got to convince me. Yes, you do. You gotta convince me. It's not what I wanted to do. I think that's all we can do for now. Nah, it's okay. See, I figured you were joking, but I still wanted to offer just to be nice, you know, just in case. It's like a mini Swampert. Yeah, I can see that. I like Swampert better, though. Damn. Ooh, we can buy full hills now. Hell yeah. Well, I don't mind if I do. Yay, we're finally getting to the point where every time we go shopping, it doesn't break the bank. Up until now, every time we needed to buy supplies, we went broke. I do love having tons of different Pokeballs, though. I try to buy them. We need TMs, though. That's what we need. Damn it. I'm starting to get tired, guys. Getting surf is going to be our next big thing. This cave is pretty though. I know I keep saying that, but I like it so much. Yeah, we definitely need to get back on Minecraft this upcoming week too. I was talking about that earlier. I'm gonna do some more Monster Hunter this week. Tomorrow, I'm gonna try my best to do more Mario and Luigi tomorrow. Yeah, we need to do Minecraft too. As far as building a base or a building, yeah, I think that's our next. I think that would be the natural progression. Yeah. Instead of just living in a hole in the wall, I think we need to build an actual structure. Oh, my neck. Tyler was telling me, and I didn't know this, but apparently there are buildings and stuff already in Minecraft, little villages. Apparently you could just come across little villages and stuff. What do I think of Minecraft? I don't love it. I don't hate it. Like I've always said, I don't hate Minecraft. It's just not it's not my cup of tea, but I have often thought about doing a playthrough of it, and now we're finally doing it. So yeah, you told me that when we were playing the other day that I should look for a village. We're probably going to do that too. I think the two big things we need to do is we need to build an actual structure, an actual house or something. And then I think we need to like gather supplies and start exploring out further. That first stream was really just about me learning the mechanics, you know. Now that I know how the game works a little better, we can start venturing out and going further. And like, if we get stuck outside at night or whatever, we can just do some camping. It's not that big an issue. Now that we have tools and supplies, we should be good to go. Couldn't get away. You stink, bitch. Okay, fine. Don't go into the dark wooded forest. If I see a mansion inside the dark wooded forest. Well, I'm glad you told me, because I would have walked right in there and probably died. Giant ocean temples. Now, are those temples on top of the ocean or under the water? Because I'm not doing any underwater stuff. I'm not going underwater. I don't care if that neuters my playthrough or not. I'm not going underwater. Yeah, that too. I need to figure out how to let it see my coordinates and like compass or whatever. I need to figure out where I'm going and be able to remember how I get back to our house or base or whatever. I don't know. I just am. It's scary. Now he's part rock. Am I going to be able to hit him with electricity? You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I'm sorry. I have to use Palpitoad. Just think of them as headphones and not bumps, and you'll be okay. I know that's not how fear works. I'm sorry. Where the hell? Oh. What the hell? Uh-oh. Pillagers. Essentially villagers. Trade to villagers. Well, I would like to I want to get all up in that story. Mm. Mm. I didn't expect us to come across something so OP today. No! No! Bad arching. Bad. Oh. Oh, Christ. Burn, bitch. Wiped out my whole team, just about. Oh, I hope that doesn't stop us. Okay, good. All right, I think we got him on the ropes. Wait, not save. Bag. Okay. I'm sorry, Pig Knight. You took quite a beating, didn't you? Eating through all of my potions. Now you can save because we haven't saved in ages. I think that's where we're going to wrap things up for today. We've been here for a couple hours and I am exhausted. Game saved. All right. Thank you guys all for hanging out with me today. Again, apologies to those who weren't too particularly happy that things got heavy earlier. We did discuss a wide array of stuff that needed to be discussed. We talked about the future plans for the channel going forward and streams going forward. I think we touched on a little bit of everything that I'd kind of been holding off on talking about. So now I think everybody has an idea of what's going to be happening with the channel now. Yeah, I'm going to try to come back in tomorrow with Mario and Luigi, and I did the thing I always say I don't need to do. I started 12 games at once. Yeah, you can, and then I can look at that before we play again. But let's see, battle of kind of time, Angel Civilization, called Angel Boulders, there's a temple and yeah. See, I know there's a lot of heavy lore in Minecraft, and I do want to try and figure that out and experience that too when we do our playthrough. So the do's and don'ts will really help out. But I'm gonna head out. I will see you guys tomorrow.